Hello lovers of good cars. Welcome. There is a famous Japanese saying that goes, "Rivers that are very deep flow slowly." And it could not be more similar to the reality of the copy that I will show you today. A model that in its beginnings was undervalued, seen only as another generic car, for being a variant of its base model designed for daily, family and economic use. Curiously, these qualities together with its performance were the ingredients that gave it the popularity it enjoys today. I'm talking about the Toyota Corolla AE-86, a flagship in the automotive world from Japan to the world. This model, born as Toyota Corolla Levin and Toyota Sprinter Thunder, it is a small light coupe or hatchback introduced by Toyota in 1983 as part of the fifth generation of the Mythical Toyota Corolla. It is also known as Hachiroku, 4, 8 and 6 in Japanese. It is the latest model of the rear-wheel drive Corolla. In Toyota's reference code, the letter A represents the engine that arrived in the 4A GE series car, while the E represents the Corolla, the number 8 represents the 5th generation E80 series, and 6 represents the variation within this generation. The Levin has fixed headlights, while the Thunder has retractable headlights, and both could be hatchbacks or coupes. The car was certainly not the most powerful, yet Toyota's engineers took great care in the design, combining its low weight with its decent performance engine. The 4AG that later gained notorious fame for being a small 1,600-liter engine capable of maintaining high revs without showing a decrease in power, in addition to being very durable and reliable. In its first generation it had a capacity of 120 horsepower, reaching from 0 to 100 kilometers in 8.6 seconds and a top speed of 195 kilometers. In North America, a modified 4A GEC engine was used to meet California emissions regulations, so it had a lower output of 112 horsepower. In its second generation there were several special versions of the 4A GE by Toyota Racing Development that created truly venerable engines of the AE-86. But the most notable version was a 4A GE 20-valve engine that generated up to 220 horsepower in its standard version and speeds greater than 205 kilometers, with 4 and 5-speed manual transmissions and a 4-speed automatic transmission. Although the first sales of the model were not encouraging, over time it gained popularity in the Japanese public for being a highly maneuverable car in the tight curves of mountain roads. That's where we find a peculiar character known as the King of Drift, Kiichi Tsuchida, who literally invented drift, when in the mid-80s, being a young man passionate about the racing, but not having the opportunity to do so, he decided to become the fastest and best driver in his area, which was mountainous and full of curves. This he proposed to him in the car that he had at hand and that he got to know better than anyone, his Toyota AE-86. Over time he managed to perfect this incredible way of driving, and thanks to some videos of it that were disseminated, both his new way of running and the AE-86 model that best adapted to the occasion obtained great popularity, giving way to the birth of this new facet in the motor world, the drift. It immediately attracted a large number of followers, who chose the AE-86 for its configuration, maneuverability, low weight and its 4AG engine, to which the power could be increased with certain modifications. So they became popular with Japanese street racers, many of whom competed in mountain passes, where the large number of hairpin turns favored the AE-86, especially downhill. Of course, this model competed in touring circuits worldwide, where it won 2 races in Great Britain. It was also widely used in the rallies. In popular culture it had a great impact by a Japanese television anime in the 90s called Initial D, by Shuichi Shirgino. in which a Panda Color Thunder Sprinter appears, white with black stripes on the sides and the name of Tofu Fujiwara store on the driver's door. The anime skyrocketed the popularity of the car, making more and more followers decide to buy the model, becoming a coveted car, which considerably increased its price. The AE-86 also appears in a number of video games and movies, where we always see it compete against modern models with superior performance, keeping alive the flame of that idea to a certain extent romantic, that of an endless struggle between the weak against the strong. Although the truth is that for a 40-year-old model, it is more than an achievement to have come so far on the competition circuits, gaining a number of followers worldwide and staying in the taste of people all this time, even more so after having been so undervalued in its beginnings. As that old Japanese saying goes, none of us would believe at first glance how deep and plentiful the legacy of this model would be. Today the model is very rare to find and considered a collector's item due to the legacy and symbolism of the Japanese culture it represents. The model stopped being manufactured in 1987, and although Toyota proposed to revive it in 2012 with the Toyota GT86 in cooperation with Subaru and the manufacturer Scania, the truth is that the classic model has not been able to be matched in the taste of the public with the new versions. The AE-86 Levin and Sprinter Trueno, a true marvel of engineering, combining simplicity with effectiveness, it managed to surprise all of us who lived part of its history and position itself as a true legend, one more of the greats that we add to the list of the new classics. If you liked the video, subscribe, share, leave your comment, so that we continue to grow as a community and bring back to light these beautiful machines that continue to make us smile when we see them.